You stay in your own backyard. Don't mind what them whites
opened their files to the public. But instead of putting any questions to rest, the files raised more doubts when researchers discovered that substantial amounts of evidence had been destroyed or lost.
Honey, don't cry so hard. Go out and play just as much as you please. But stay in your own backyard.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, my thanks to all of you, and now it's on to Chicago, and let's win there. Thank you.
Senator Robert Kennedy died at 1:44 in the morning on Thousands of mourners stood in silence as his funeral train slowly crossed America.
My brother need not be idealized or enlarged in death beyond what he was in life. Those of us who loved him and
Immediately after the shooting, police arrested Sirhan Sirhan, a young Palestinian. He had been caught in the pantry of the Ambassador Hotel with a smoking gun.
And for all intents and purposes, it was an open and shut case.
Within hours, Los Angeles Mayor Sam Yorty announced the identity of the assassin.
That his name appears to be Sirhan, S-A-R-H-A-N, Sirhan. Both names, Sir.
There were 76 people in the pantry that night. All of their evidence several feet away. Yet the shots that killed Kennedy were fired. Born in 1925, Robert Francis Kennedy was the third of four sons born to Rose and Joseph Kennedy. Their wealth and social position ensured a charmed life. Bobby was the academic of the family, graduating. Americans became another great crusade for Bobby Kennedy as Attorney General. In the South, his support for the Freedom Riders and Martin Luther King earned him the undying loyalty of the poor and the oppressed.
I was losing faith in the American system, and I was losing faith in my... There was a white person who was sensitive to the problems of this nation in a manner that did not gloss over its equities.
Soon lost his job as Attorney General. When we continue, we'll watch RFK's bold return to the top of the political scene. Out of Vietnam. Kennedy had narrowly won a Senate seat from New York in 1964. When Lyndon Johnson withdrew from the 1968 presidential race, Bobby decided to run. In his final interview,
Saigon. I just think that we just have to change.
He felt responsible for what was happening in Vietnam. And as a person who was involved in the anti-war movement for several years up to that point, it's one of the reasons I supported him, because I felt he was the only candidate who could end the war.
the California Democratic primary on June.
Country and a compassionate country, and I intend to make that my basis for running and over the period of the next few months.
At that point, we took a press conference for the print media in the Colonial Room beyond the pantry. As we headed in that direction, Bob stopped to shake hands with a couple of kitchen workers. I can remember the joy I felt at that point, because I felt this was symbolic.
When the shooting started, and I just saw him drop. And people in front of me.
Is everybody okay?
Within hours of arresting Sirhan, police discovered an apparent motive for the assassination. They found notebooks at Sirhan's apartment. They also discovered Sirhan had been seen earlier on the day of the shooting, acting suspiciously. Sirhan had spent 4 hours rapid firing into targets at the San Gabriel Valley Gun Club. The told its officers to stay away from the hotel.
It was very unusual in that we had been informed there would be no security at the Ambassador. security personnel.
With no police, just private security guards patrolling the hotel, Sirhan was easily able to slip into the kitchen pantry. According to Los Angeles police, as the senator walked through the pantry, shaking hands with kitchen workers, Euchre explained what happened next to reporter Ted Chirac in this 1971 film.
I had him right in front of me, and I didn't let him pass me. At that time, I hit one shot. I pushed him down, and I put him over the steam table, and here Sirhan keeps on pulling to the left side, and that's when he starts shooting.
At 1:44 in the morning on June 6, 1968. There would be plenty of witnesses to help police reconstruct the crime. But when we return to the Robert Kennedy assassination, scene of crime officers, a police forensic expert, and Los Angeles coroner Thomas Noguchi began a careful examination of the scene of the shooting. The forensic expert was LAPD's chief criminologist, Duane Wolfer. Within hours, he drew
and was lodged in his spine. Bullet 3 entered Senator Kennedy's right rear back approximately 1 inch to the right of bullet 2. This bullet traveled upward and forward and exited from the victim's chest. Bullet 8 struck the plaster ceiling and then struck Mary Evans in the head.
Now, this was obviously an open and shut case right from the beginning with all of the witnesses and the physical evidence. And I don't think it probably could have been handled in